Who's to say, like, why can't I go to heaven?
Mm.
I'm ethical.
Yeah, because what you're getting at there is in the proverb, right? There's Lady Wisdom, and then on the other side of that, there's Lady Folly that is being warned against. And Lady Folly is this representation of adultery, right, which will lead to your destruction. There's a faithful relationship with God that we're made for. That's Lady Wisdom, and she's calling back to us. Come to me, right? This is God's wisdom calling you to himself. Then you have Lady Folly, who is the foolish, right?
I just get this visualization, like cartoons growing up, they would have the devil on one shoulder,
Yeah,
God
that's
on
right.
the other shoulder.
Yeah.
And how often did people take the advice of the devil?
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes for a better story on TV.
It does. Yeah. But to your question, what the Proverbs show us, and the whole Bible shows us, there's two ways. There's two ways of living. There's the way of the godly, and then there's the way of the ungodly, right? And to the question of a person saying, well, why do I have to follow God if I'm just a good person? Well, a couple of questions back to that is to say, well, if you could go to heaven, because that's the way you phrase the question, right? If you could go to heaven based on your standard that you set up, that I haven't murdered anyone and I'm basically a good person, I would say, okay, take that standard that you've just set up. I've never murdered anybody. If that standard was extended out over everyone, and that was the basis on which somebody was considered a good person or not, that's a pretty low standard,